G'day everyone, Jaimunji here and welcome back to Tier List Tuesday. Look at me go, this is like 4 or 5 in a row now I've put out. I actually stuck to a schedule. Who'd have thunk it? But I thought, why not throw it back a bit? A band, unfortunately, we know aren't getting any new albums, unless it's unreleased material, but I think that ship sailed as well. Pantera, one of the most influential metal bands of all time, and face it, even if you don't listen to Pantera much anymore, I guarantee you they were one of the ones that got you into metal in the first place. Still have a place in my heart. I did get to see them at Knotfest down under, not the original one, the tribute act that's going along now, but I was too young to see them back in the day, so I'm glad I saw that. Hear some of those songs live was cool. Obviously didn't have the same energy I imagine they did back in the 90s, but I'm excited to do this one today. Let's get to it. Alright, Brew Crew, we're going to jump straight into this one today, and I'm going to do, never done this, I might not ever do it again, but I'm just going to get some things out of the way first. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to see more of this, of course, but I'm just kind of out in my own little world. If you liked 80s power, like hair metal Pantera, more power to you. Doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for a lot of people probably watching this. The fact they don't even have these albums on Spotify or Apple Music, I think. It kind of feels like it's an important part of their history, but a part of history they kind of want everyone to kind of forget. But I will say, out of all of them, Power Metal was the best one, probably because it had Phil on it. But there were some catchy songs. And when I got into hair metal, back when I was first getting into music, I actually liked that album a fair bit. But doesn't do a lot for me, and I'm ranking Pantera against Pantera, not other bands. So if you're going off the other albums in their catalogue, yeah, of course these are going to sit down the bottom. And I'm not saying they're bad albums, I'm just saying they're not Pantera albums at the end of the day. But let's get into it with everyone's probably first or maybe second taste of Pantera, but Cowboys From Hell, where they changed it all and became the juggernaut we all know them for today. I personally love this album. It still has that kind of like 80s flair with the falsetto and the high, almost like power metal Judas Priestess kind of vocals. But there's hints and sparkles here of what was to come. Now, I'm just looking at the track list now. It is an album I listen to a couple of times a year, start to finish. Cowboys From Hell, probably one of the best, if not best, Pantera songs. Cemetery Gates as well. My personal favourite Pantera song of all time is on this, which is Domination. My favourite Dimebag guitar solo. I know maybe not his best, but it's my favourite. Chorus is awesome. The breakdown is legendary. Now for me, these might change around, but for that alone, I would almost say this is an S tier. But I can't say I listen to Message in Blood, Medicine Man. I like Medicine Man, but I don't chuck them on all the time. You know what I mean? It's not the feel. When I'm listening to Pantera, Medicine Man isn't a song I go to. Domination and Cowboys From Hell, on the other hand, definitely are. But I'm going to set this in A tier for now. That might move as we go along because I don't pre-plan these at all. I kind of sit down, go, right, I'm doing this band. I get Spotify open. I scan through the track list just to be like, okay, yep, this was on this album. Because sometimes Jaimunji gets a little confused and he thinks other songs are on different albums. But not Pantera. I'm pretty sure I remember everything. But here we go. Hate to be kind of like the obvious person here. Vulgar display of power. Now, with the Metallica tier list, I did not rank Master of Puppets as the number one Metallica album. But with Pantera, I think it's hard to list Vulgar display of power anything below S tier, and I don't think I'm going to put any Pantera album above it yet. Like I said, I don't plan any of these out as I do it. But Mouth for War, A New Level, Walk, Fucking Hostile, This Love, Rise. I actually love Rise. I think that's a great song. No Good, Attack of the Radical. Funny enough, escaping my mind at the moment. I can't remember how that one goes. It's got Hollow on it, you know, By Demons Be Driven, great song. Regular People, another one that's not jumping off the page of instantly rememberable. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't Nesty. You have to agree this is Nesty. When I was getting into metal, around the age of about 16, I want to say, parents were very much into like 60s, 70s, 80s, mainly 60s and 70s rock, so me getting into metal was kind of not on their bucket list, but I grew up with watching WWF, WCW, WWE, so I feel a lot of metalheads kind of discovered metal kind of through that avenue. I nearly said revenue avenue. You know, Rob Van Dam used to come out to walk. Sandman came out to enter Sandman. Sting for a while came out to Seek and Destroy. So there was a lot of reasons to kind of come over to the dark side and get the metal music. And this album was one of them, especially when I started getting my own pocket money and I was buying albums. Vulgar Display of Power was one of the ones I bought first. So, yep, obvious going up there. Plus, the album cover is iconic. Absolutely iconic. No-brainer. Has to go up in S tier. Okay, so this is where we're going to get a little bit more spicy because we're getting into... it's funny, because I've ranked those other albums all down in D, except Power Metal. Like I said, it's the best of the D tiers. Might even bump it up to C by the end of it. Got to remember what's on everything else. Now, Far Beyond Driven. That might be my favourite artwork. It's not the most iconic. Vulgar definitely is. I don't know, something about the blue and the drill going into the head just did something for me. But Strength Beyond Strength, Becoming, 5 Minutes Long, I'm Broken, my hat rack just fell off the wall and made a big noise. Slaughtered, Shedding Skin, and the cover of Black Sabbath's Planet Caravan. This is a good album. Hardline Sunken Cheeks. It's a good song. I can't put them all in S tier. God, wouldn't that be a boring video? So yeah, the first 4 are down in D tier and the last 4 or 5 are up in S tier. Can't do it. God, this album starts off strong. I will go to almost a fault. I guess CDs were the thing at this time, and Discman with Shuffle were really popular, so it probably didn't matter as much. But vinyl records, if you had this on vinyl, God, side A was strong. Side B would probably get a lot less spins. Don't get me wrong, I like those songs. I do. But yeah, A to B, yeah, side A. Those first 5, 6, yeah. Crushing it. But, alright, Far Beyond Driven. Let's see how I go. Let's chuck it into A for now, because we've got a couple of albums to go. I put it up there with Cowboys. Fucking awesome. Great album. But yeah, let's chuck it in A. I might move it around. Like I said, we're judging Pantera against Pantera. We're not judging them against anyone else. So, like I said, you might think every Pantera album is S tier best band in the world. That's fine. I agree with you if that's what you think. But you can't agree that they're all the best album in the world. One of them's got to win, or 2 of them have to win. When they've got few albums like this, when they've got under 10 albums, I don't like to put any more than 3 albums in S tier. In fact, I really don't like putting any more than 2 albums in S tier. So, we'll see how we go. But the Great Southern Trendkill. I remember buying this one on CD as well. I think I got this one third. I got it before Far Beyond Driven, but I got it after Cowboys From Hell. I eventually ended up with them all. But yeah, I definitely didn't buy them in order. Now, looking at this. War Nerves. Oh, banger. Drag the Waters. Banger. 10s and 13s. The thing about this album, lyrically, I remember it being very heavy. The other songs, we're Cowboys From Hell, The Medicine Man, they were just metal songs. Vulgar Display Power was angry, aggressive, had a lot to say. Same with Far Beyond Driven, especially 5 Minutes Alone. But there was something about it, especially with Suicide Note Part 1 and 2. I love Part 1. Been that, trying to will the pain away. And then going into Suicide Note Part 2. Oh, that scream at the beginning. I'm going to say something controversial here. I reckon Flood sucks. I think that's a bad song. I think it's an awesome guitar solo. I think it's a bad song, though. I think they wrote the song around the guitar solo. It just doesn't do anything for me. Never has. Good guitar solo, though. Yeah. I'm going to get blasted in the comments for that one. I still think this is a truly great album. Not as memorable as the last 3. But still a great album. War Nerve and Drag the Waters are enough for me to chuck it right up. And the 2 Suicide Note songs. And I understand people love Flood, so I'm sorry I said that. But yeah, I just don't like that song. I think it's a great guitar solo on a bad song. I'm going to put it in B tier for now. Only because we've still got Reinventing the Steel coming up. And I can't remember if I like this one more or less. So I'm going to go B tier. But it's a heavy album. It is a heavy album. And I might bump it up to A, but let's see. But, geez, this one went by fast. This is the quickest one I've ever done. It's tempting to put the live 101 proof in there because I blast that album. In fact, I still listen to it quite a bit. The only thing I don't like is there's no full version of Domination. It's the Dom/Hollow, so you don't get the full thing, which is a shame, but whatever. It is what it is. That's what they were doing. Let's go to Reinventing the Steel. I remember the music. Phil had the long hair and like the very Charles Manson looking during this time period. Goddamn Electric, good song. Revolution is my name is the music video I remember. You know what? In my head, I thought I listened to this album a lot. I'm looking at it now going, I really don't revisit this album that much besides the, Hellbound I listen to occasionally. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, and yes, they don't mean shit yet. Huh. In my mind, for some reason, I thought I was going to put this in A tier before we start this video, but I don't think so. I think this is actually B, and I think Great Southern Trendkill is definitely A. But I don't like Vulgar Display of Power sitting there alone, so I've got to make the decision now. Do I think it's Cowboys or Far Beyond Driven that join Vulgar? The nostalgia in me, because of Cowboys From Hell, Cemetery Gates, and Domination, wants to put Cowboys up in S tier. But I like Psycho Holiday. Primal Concrete Sledge is great too. Hearsay... said that wrong. I don't remember that well. Clash of Reality, I don't listen to that much. The Art of Shredding, I do. Sleep's a good song. But like I said, I feel Cowboys was like the attitude, and then Vulgar developed the attitude and the sound. So let's go back up to Far Beyond Driven, Strength Beyond Strength, awesome. Becoming, awesome. 5 Minutes Alone, I'm Broken. I've already named more songs just right off the top. Like I said, it gets a bit weaker from there, but the Planet Caravan cover is so fucking good. I honestly, going into this, thought Cowboys... For years, I thought Cowboys was my favourite album. I've always said Cowboys From Hell is my favourite Pantera album. And now I'm here going, I don't even know if it's number 3. Maybe I just get caught up so much in loving Domination that I just go, yeah, that's my favourite. But, no, I think Far Beyond Driven. Far Beyond Driven, I think, yeah. I'm going Vulgar, Far Beyond. Cowboys is an A+. Great Southern Trendkill's an A. Yeah, because I love the Suicide Note songs too much. And look, everyone else likes Floods. It's an A. But Reinventing the Steel, I didn't realise I didn't listen to as much on that as I thought. I thought I absolutely fucking played the shit out of that for some reason. I don't know what I was getting confused on it. Huh. There you go. I learned something today as well. But tell me down in the comments below, what's your favourite? Did I get it all wrong? Do you really like the 80s stuff? Like I said, I should just name that as... it says D tier. It's probably, if someone clicked in and go, why do you rate those all D tier? I don't think they're bad albums. I just don't think they're Pantera albums. Or what Pantera really represents. When people think Pantera... they do not think those songs. It's a lot of people get surprised when they find out Vinnie and Dime and Rex Rocker were all in a power metal band. Well, I keep saying power metal, hair metal band, glam metal band. But it was good. For glam metal, it was good. It's just not what I want to listen to. So that's why I put them down there. But look, I'm happy with this list at the end of the day. Part of me still feels that Cowboys is S tier, but I'm happy with that. Like, I'm happy. I really think Vulgar and Far Beyond Driven really are the meat and potatoes of what Pantera truly is, truly represents as a band. Like I said, they were one of the band. Well, I didn't say it yet, but they were one of the only bands in the 90s that were in the metal genre that kind of got popular, that weren't popular beforehand or didn't get killed off. You know, grunge came in, people were like, fuck. People remembered metal as, Poison and Motley Crue. And stuff like that. So it just didn't do well. But Machine Head crushed it during the 90s, but Pantera were that breakout act. Truly were that breakout act. When Metallica and all that were, they were switching off. They were cutting their hair, being a bit more grungy. A lot of bands tried to follow the new metal trend that came later, like Judas Priest did an album which had like no guitar solos. Slayer kind of did it. Even Machine Head did it, but I kind of like Machine Head's attempt. I think they did the best job out of all those bands that went down the new metal path. But here we are. Anyway, bit of a shorter one today. Not as many albums. Well, if I did them all, it would have been boring. I would have just given fake opinions on the first albums because I really only listen to power metal. and I've listened to all the other ones probably once. But yeah, that's my opinion for today. So if you like these tier lists come out every Tuesday. Otherwise, the channel is full of interviews and reactions. You can suggest some down below too. It does take me a little while to get to them. So if there's one you really want me to do, jump over to the Discord and leave it there. Whenever I have a slow week, I kind of go through the old Dissy and see what I'm going to do. But that'll be all from me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I've been Jaimunji, and you'll have a bloody good one. Subscribe.